Hello to Miss Kelly. I am Jenny and here are my team members Xintian, Caleb and Etienne. Today, we are going to discuss about how Cathay Pacific set out to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050. In 1946, Cathay Pacific started flying thanks to former Air Force pilot Roy Farrell and Cindy DeCenzo. They loved flying and wanted to connect people, so they started the airline with just one plane, the Douglas DC-3 called Bestie. Today, Cathay Pacific is working hard to be more eco-friendly. They have a big goal to balance out all their carbon emissions by 2050. This means they have taken steps like planting trees and using cleaner energy to make up for the carbon they are released. This effort isn't just for Cathay Pacific, it is for the entire aviation industry. By leading the way to sustainability, Cathay Pacific hopes to encourage other airlines to help fight climate change too. Now I will pass it to Cynthia.
Thank you, Jenny. Now I will talk about what have Cathay Pacific set out to achieve net zero carbon emission by 2050. First is the use of sustainable aviation fuels, the SAF. SAF capture decreasing CO2 emission by as much as 18%. They solve from various material including waste fat, oil, and so on. Unlike fossil fuels, SAF recycles CO2 absorbed by the biomass in the feedstock during its life cycle, contributing to environment preservation. How SAF works? First is the collection. Some material like waste fat, oil should carefully collect, transport, and sort to guarantee that the feedstock adhere to regional sustainability and quality criteria. Next is the segregation. SAF need to segregate from conventional jet fuels and stored at specialized storage to prevent mixing or contamination. For the conversion part, through dioxidation, oxygenation, and other treatments, converts the material into fuels that meet aviation industry standard. Through the specialized pipelines, storage container, and also the boost trucks to transport the certified blends of SAF to various airports. Besides that, during the fueling operation at the airport, the SAF blend can directly loaded into aircraft fuel tanks. And SAF can seamlessly replacing traditional jet fuels. SAF can potentially lower life cycle greenhouse gas emission up to 18%. This kind of more environmentally and friendly fuels that airlines and the aviation sector is striving toward their ambitious sustainability objective. Next, I will pass to Jenny.
Thank you, Xingtian. In order to reach the goal of net zero carbon emissions by 2050, Cathay Pacific is over-evaluating how well their plans are performing and putting money into new aircraft that use fuel more efficiently, as well as updating their technology and finding ways to improve how they operate. Among these new planes are 21 Boeing 7779s, which can be up to 21% more fuel efficient. And another type is with a lighter, more aerodynamic design that achieving a 25% increase in fuel efficiency. This means Cathay Pacific is using less fuel and producing fewer harmful emissions, helping them move closer to their environmental target. Moreover, Cathay Pacific is committed to reducing emissions produced on the ground, which come from the activities other than flying. Although these emissions are lower than those from flights, the airline is working to cut them down by focusing on areas like electricity use, equipment efficiencies, and vehicle air health. Their goal is to reduce ground emissions by 32% by 2030 and 55% by 2035, compared to 2018 levels. These efforts support the airline's overall environmental goals. Besides, Cathay Pacific has also switched to using smart tablets instead of traditional paper manual on all flights. This trend has big benefits, saving about 1 million liters of fuel, preventing the use of 30,400 tons of paper, and cutting carbon emissions by 4,000 tons every year. In airline is also moving toward using e-enabled aircraft, where all communications from the cockpit to ground control is done digitally. For example, cabin crew used to carry heavy paper manuals that weighed as much as a piece of carry-on luggage, but now this is all are digital. Since 2018, pilots have also been using digital charts. This shift to digital helped Cathay Pacific operate more efficiently and sustainably in the aviation industry. Now I will pass it to Caleb.
Next, I'll explain about the introduction of the carbon offset program by Cathay Pacific. As we all know, aeroplanes use fossil fuels which emit carbon dioxide but also has the strong warming non-carbon dioxide effects due to nitrogen oxides. And we all know that, based on Ritchie and Rosner, aviation produces 2.5% of global carbon dioxide emissions and has been responsible for around 4% of the world's climate change to date. Therefore, to offset the carbon emissions, Cathay Pacific will invest in projects that reduce or prevent the equivalent amount of carbon dioxide being generated elsewhere using the Fly Greener program that was established in 2007. Through the Fly Greener program, customers can opt to pay a small fee that goes towards projects that offset the impact of those carbon dioxide emissions. Their projects not only reduce emissions but also help people in developing countries by improving their health and more. Some of these projects targeted by Cathay Pacific include the Sichuan household biodigesters in the Chinese mainland. As we all know, the rural areas of Sichuan province are one of the most underdeveloped regions in the Chinese mainland. Therefore, to improve the quality of rural homes, this project distributes small-scale biogas plants that enable low-income householders to convert animal waste into a clean energy source and high-quality organic fertilizer. The plants digest manure and recover methane byproducts, for example biogas, through the process of anaerobic digestion, and this saves households money on fuels and fertilizer. Next is the Bodu Chula cook stoves in Bangladesh. The Bodu Chula, or the friendly stove, is designed to ensure more efficient and cleaner home cooking. Fuel consumption can be reduced by approximately 50%, and this leaves families with more disposable incomes and better health. This project also promotes job opportunities by working with 5,000 local entrepreneurs for stove production, distribution, and after-sales service. Next is the solar water heating in India. Solar water heaters aim to provide households, small and medium-sized enterprises, as well as institutions with an in-house hot water supply fueled by renewable energy. Through replacing carbon-intensive electricity grid with solar energy, this project is estimated to reduce approximately 120 tons of carbon emissions annually. With all the solar products manufactured domestically in Bangladesh, plenty of employment opportunities are created for local residents. The project also facilitates the installation of new energy infrastructures and scales up its application within the country. That's all. Thank you.
Now, let's explore additional technological advancements that Cathay Pacific can consider for the future. According to the graph, these solutions like SAF, together with a small contributions from a new aircraft powered by hydrogen or electricity, can eliminate approximately 70% of 2050 emissions. So our group suggests that Cathay Pacific should explore the potentials of new aircraft, which is the hydrogen power, fully electric, and hybrid electric options. Let's start with hydrogen powered aircraft. Hydrogen is a carbon-free fuel that can be used in the conventional engines or fuel cells. It is significantly lighter than jet fuel, but it requires a larger tank due to its volume. Notable milestones in this field include Zero Avian completing the first passenger flight powered by a hydrogen fuel cell in September 2020. In the same week, Airbus introduced three concepts for zero-emissions commercial aircraft that could be operational by 2035. Next, we have fully electric aircraft. These aircraft use electric motors instead of combustion engines to drive propellers or fans, with energy supplies by battery or fuel cell. This will result in zero carbon emissions if renewable energy is used. Development in this field is progressing rapidly, like the small electric aircraft with up to 9 seats are already in use. By the late 2020s, 19 seat aircraft are expected to be available. Notably, Norway's aim for all-electric domestic flight by 2040. Lastly, let's discuss hybrid electric aircraft. Hybrid aircraft combine jet fuel and electricity. They utilize both combustion and electric systems to provide maximum thrust during takeoff and reduce fuel use during cruise. These combinations can reduce onboard weight and serve as a crucial step towards fully electrification. Innovations like the branded wing bodies design can help achieve up to a 40% reductions in carbon emissions. In conclusion, Cathay Pacific is dedicated to achieving its goal of zero emissions by 2050. While they have made their progress, there is still room for improvement. Investing in new aircraft technologies like hydrogen, fully electric, and hybrid electric planes present a significant opportunity for further reduce their environmental impact. And that's all from us. Thank you.